After a short while, you arrive at another junction in the tunnel with a choice of two directions.
I love a good two-direction choice. Hello, monsters abound here, and welcome back to Deathtrap Dungeon, the interactive video adventure. Now, if we have a quick look at the map, so we can go down these stairs, or I think we'll go north. Yeah, we're going to go north. I decided.
Set back in the arched alcove in the tunnel wall, you see an ornate wooden chair carved in the shape of a demon-like bird of prey.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to sit in the chair so the bird can come to life and peck my brain out.
You grip the arms of the chair tightly, half expecting a surge of energy or pain to rush through your body. Do you think luck is on your side?
Oh, great. It's going to peck my brain out, isn't it?
Squeezing the arm of the chair triggers a secret panel which springs into the air.
Oh.
You find a glass vial lying in a cavity. You pick it up and read the label. Doppelganger potion, 1 dose only. This liquid will make your body take on the shape of a nearby being. You place the strange potion in your backpack and continue north, where the tunnel starts to slope downwards.
It's nice it was
and
labelled.
Finally comes to an end at a deep pool enclosed by the tunnel wall. There is nothing else to do but continue north up the tunnel, which starts to slope downwards and finally comes to an end at a deep pool enclosed by the tunnel wall.
Oh.
The words of the spirit girl's poem flash through your mind. When corridor doth water meet, do not make a quick retreat. Of course, it is here that she wants you to dive into the water.
Is it?
Now, you must decide what to do.
I mean, it's probably acid. Sure, we'll dive in the water.
Somewhat nervously, you take a deep breath and dive into the dark pool. The northern wall does not project very far beneath the surface of the water, and you decide to take the risk to swim under it. Soon, you start gasping for air and are forced to swim upwards. Trying not to think that you could be trapped in an old submerged tunnel.
Oh, good.
You are relieved when you surface into cool air.
Oh, good.
You are on the other side of the wall and can see the tunnel rising out of the water and continuing north into the distance. You wade out of the water and check if you've been lucky with the contents of your wet backpack.
Oh, well, I should be.
Two portions of your provisions are saturated.
Oh, what?
And are now inedible. Other than that, all your other possessions remain intact.
I don't mind soggy.
You repack them carefully inside your backpack and set off north again.
I don't mind a bit soggy, it's fine.
A little way along on the left of the tunnel wall, you reach the entrance of a large cavern from which you hear a girl's voice crying for help. You can just make out the shape of a human figure rolling about on the floor at the back of the cavern.
Oh, I think this is the elf, so let's enter the cavern and investigate.
As you approach the prostrate figure, you see she is an elf, one of your rivals in the Trial of Champions, and she is fighting for her life in the bone-crushing grip of an enormous boa constrictor.
Let's help to fight.
With one swipe of your trusty blade, you behead the boa constrictor. You uncoil its massive body from around the elf and try to resuscitate her. Her eyes open a little, but you can see that there is no hope. She looks at you and smiles, and then says in a whisper, "Thank you. I know it's too late for me, but I will tell you what I have learned. Your way out lies ahead, but you need gems to unlock the final door.
I knew that.
One of them is a diamond, but I do not know what the others are.
Oh.
Alas, I have not found a diamond.
No.
But would urge you to look for one. Good luck."
Thanks.
Her eyes close, and she slumps down onto the cold floor.
Oh well.
You watch sadly as she breathes her last. Knowing she would not mind, you take 2 of her daggers and search her leather backpack. Inside, you find some unleavened bread, a mirror, and a bone charm in the shape of a monkey.
Oh, I mean... Eat the bread. Yes, let's eat the bread. May as well.
The bread contains secret elven healing herbs.
Oh, good. Healing herbs.
Which increase your stamina by 3 points.
And gives me the munchies?
Feeling sad, yet strong, you pack away the mirror and the charm and leave the cavern.
And woozily leave the cavern.
Walking along the tunnel, you notice an iron grill in the floor.
Yeah, let's lift it up. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Lying in a hole about a meter deep, you see a grappling iron and a leather pouch.
Ooh. I want that.
You reach down into the hole and suddenly your blood runs cold.
Oh.
As you feel something warm and sticky wrapping itself around your arm.
Oh, that can't be good.
You manage to pull your arm out of the hole, but a hideous tentacled limb with unbelievably strong suckers is clinging to you.
Ugh.
By the time you manage to cut yourself free, your arm is trembling with pain, and you wonder whether luck is on your side.
It should be. Because I'm super lucky.
Having had the sense not to put your sword arm into the hole, the effects of the tentacled arm are not too serious, meaning you only lose 1 skill point.
Oh.
You reach back into the hole and pull out the grappling iron and the leather pouch. Inside the pouch, you find a tiny brass bell. You pack away your new possessions.
Oh, good. Well, I mean...
continue.
Well worth the skill point.
A door comes into view in the left-hand wall of the tunnel. You listen carefully at it and hear nothing. The door is not locked, and the handle turns easily.
I mean, we open all the doors, don't we? In what is effectively a Premier Inn. No, Travelodge, isn't it? It's a Travelodge. I mean, it's just rooms. Like, it's not a labyrinth, is it? It's just a bunch of corridors with rooms off it. It's basically just a Travelodge. Yeah, open the door.
The door opens into a small, dark room, which is empty apart from a sturdy wooden chest lying on a shelf on a far wall.
Oh.
The floor is thick with dust, and you can clearly see fresh footprints leading from the door to the chest and back again. You wonder whether one of your rivals is still ahead of you on the walk, or whether the chest has only recently been placed on the shelf by one of the trial masters.
Well, there is only one person ahead of me, or still alive, and that's the assassin guy. It's so trapped, isn't it? Okay, enter the room and open the chest. We'll have to.
Although you cannot see any visible trap, you have a strong feeling that the chest contains a hidden danger. The potion of trap detection is working well.
Nice.
You stand to one side of the chest and lift the lid with your sword, holding it at arm's length. As the lid rises, an iron ball hanging on a cord swings back and breaks a glass capsule fixed inside the lid, instantly releasing a gas. Fortunately, you have time to jump back without inhaling the poisonous fumes. Once the gas is cleared, you walk back to the chest and look inside it. There is a pendant chain lying in the bottom, but somebody has taken the stone from its setting. You feel so annoyed that you throw the chain onto the floor and storm out of the room, up the tunnel.
Oh, bloody furious.
The tunnel starts to widen, and ahead you see it's opened into a huge cavern from where you can hear the sound of many high-pitched voices. You creep up to the entrance and take a look inside. There are about 20 tiny people with long noses and ears running in a circle around a large golden effigy.
Drink the doppelganger potion.
You pour the contents of the glass vial into your mouth and swallow the clear liquid. Although you do not feel any immediate change, You hope that the potion will create the illusion that you are a troglodyte, just like the ones in front of you. Taking a deep breath, you step boldly into the cavern. The troglodytes continue their tribal dance, believing you to be one of them.
Hey, boys.
You walk past them casually and head north.
Just
Unfortunately,
smile and wave, boys.
the effects of the potion are short-lived. Suddenly, you hear a shriek behind you as one of the troglodytes spots you, and you are forced to run across the cavern floor. Ahead, you see an underground river running east to west through the cavern, and a wooden bridge crossing over it.
I'm going to ruin the rest of my provisions. Run over the bridge? Sure.
After crossing the bridge, you run across the cavern floor. At last, you see a tunnel in the far wall, which you race down until you reach its end at a heavy wooden door. The door is locked.
Oh, good.
As you try to charge down the door with your shoulder, you hear the shrieking voices of the troglodytes coming down the tunnel. You are trapped and draw your sword. The troglodytes approach you, their bows drawn, and a hail of arrows strikes you with fatal impact.
Oh, good.
Your lifeless body slumps to the ground in the depths of Deathtrap Dungeon.
Killed by troglodytes. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? Jesus. Okay, well, let's try that again then.
The tunnel starts to widen.
Yeah, we get that idea. Right, okay, so we drink a doppelganger potion.
You pour the
Know what that does. Right, I guess we dive into the river.
Still running as fast as you can, you reach into your backpack and pull out the wooden tube. You plan to lie under the surface of the water, breathing through the tube. With luck, the troglodytes will assume that you were swept to your death downriver as the torrent disappears into the depths of the mountain. You bite the tube between your teeth and lower yourself into the water. Holding on to one of the underwater bridge pillars, you keep perfectly still for 10 minutes. When you finally think the troglodytes have gone, you rise to the surface and look around. There is nobody to be seen. So you climb out of the river and cross the bridge to the northern bank. You are soaked, so unfortunately any remaining provisions you may have are now inedible.
Lovely.
You continue to walk through the vast cavern until at last you see a tunnel in the far wall. You walk down it until you come to a heavy wooden door, which is locked.
Yep, we've seen this before.
As you try to charge down the door with your shoulder, you hear the shrieking voices of the troglodytes.
Oh, come on.
Coming down the tunnel.
Oh, what?
You are trapped and draw your sword. The troglodytes approach you, their bows drawn.
Where the fuck did
And
they
a
come from?
hail of arrows strikes you with fatal
Son
impact.
of a stupid fucking...
Your lifeless body slumps to the ground in the depths of Deathtrap Dungeon.
God, right, I guess I needed a key. I don't have a key. I need a key. Well, let's all right, let's try something. Let's try diplomacy.
The tunnel starts to widen.
Yeah. Right. Let's try and talk to them.
As soon as they see you, the troglodytes raise their bows and run to surround you. To your horror, their leader then steps forward and declares that you are their prisoner
Okay.
and must subject yourself to trial by the ancient rite, the run of the arrow.
Right. Can I fight my way out?
You leap forward.
No.
Try to grab the leader to use as a hostage. However, the troglodytes are ready for your move, and 6 of their bowmen immediately shoot their arrows at you. Their aim is deadly accurate, and all 6 arrows find their mark. Lifeless, you fall to the floor. The troglodytes have abruptly ended your journey.
God, these fucking troglodytes. Absolute fucking pain in the ass. Okay, right.
The tunnel starts.
Blah, blah, blah. Right, okay, let's talk to them.
As soon as they see
Yeah. Okay, let's take part in the run of the arrow.
in their twittering voices, the troglodytes explain the rules of the run of the arrow. They will shoot an arrow into the distance, and you will be allowed to walk unharmed to the point where it lands.
Right.
However, you must walk barefoot, and you can see that the floor of the cavern is littered with sharp stones.
Right.
As soon as you reach the arrow, the troglodytes will start to chase you, and if they catch you, they will kill you.
Right.
Suddenly, one of the troglodytes releases an arrow high into the air. It lands a long way away, and immediately the troglodytes urge you to walk towards it.
Right.
As you walk slowly towards the
I've
arrow,
got some issues with this.
you hear the troglodytes screaming excitedly behind you. On reaching the arrow, you look round to see the troglodytes wave their arms in the air and set off after you. You start running as fast as you can. Your feet, bleeding from the cuts inflicted by the sharp stones, decreases your stamina by 1 point. Ahead, you see an underground river running east to west across the cavern floor.
I feel like this is going to end up in the same
with a
place.
wooden bridge crossing it.
Right. So dive into the river.
Still running as fast as you can, you reach into your backpack and pull out the wooden tube.
Okay, so we know what happens here. This is us fucked. So, what was this? I can't remember. Right, let's try. This was the chair, wasn't it, with the doppelganger? Okay, well let's go back here then.
After a short while, you arrive at another junction.
Yeah, you go. Right, okay, let's keep heading west.
The tunnel turns sharply to the right and continues north for as far as you can see. There is a door in the left-hand wall which is ajar, and you hear someone cry for help from the other side of it.
Let's open the door.
The door opens into a small room with a straw-covered floor. There is a large draped cage standing some 2 meters high in the center of the room. A cord fixed to the top of the drape runs through an iron ring in the ceiling and hangs down to the floor.
Oh, why does this feel like a bad idea?
You pull the cord and watch the drape as it rises up the sides of an iron cage. The woman's voice urges you to be quick, telling you that the room is booby-trapped, so that the floor will fall away in 1 minute because of your extra weight.
When it asks you again, it's either because like it wants to dick you over or because it's like, are you sure you want to kill yourself? All right.
The drape rises to the top of the cage, and there, to your horror, you see the face of an aged woman.
Right.
Whose hair is a mass of seething snakes.
Okay.
It is the dreaded Medusa.
Excellent.
Are you lucky enough to avoid her gaze?
Probably.
Recognizing the snake-like head of the Medusa, you close your eyes to avoid her deadly stare that would turn you to stone.
Okay. Shall I she might have something useful. Okay, let's go and kill her.
The Medusa shrieks as you enter her cage. Keeping your eyes firmly closed and slashing your sword wildly from side to side, you feel the blade sink deep into her side and hear a loud thud as she slumps heavily to the ground. You open your eyes again and shudder at the sight of the prostrate figure of the Medusa. Her gown is fastened by a large brooch bearing a single bright red gem.
Hello.
It is a garnet, and you prize it out of its setting, put it in your pocket, and leave the room.
Nice.
To head north.
Okay, good.
The tunnel continues for quite a distance before you reach a junction.
Okay, where are we now? Right. So, let's try going west then.
Ahead, you see that the tunnel turns a corner, beyond which It continues north. You stop before the corner, startled by the sound of high-pitched voices, whispering and sniggering.
Oh, wait. If this is fucking leprechauns, this is the one of the dickiest things in this book. I'm just gonna check.
You peep around the corner and see two small creatures running away from you.
Yeah.
Both are dressed in baggy clothes and wear pointed floppy hats.
Yeah.
They are mischievous leprechauns.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so basically, this is quite near to the end of the book. However, I don't... because we haven't got all the gems, I don't think we can complete it. But the leprechauns, if you follow them, will basically take all your shit. They will clear you out. They will take everything and deposit you near the end of the book. That obviously means you will have no gems, which is what you need to win. So if you go this path, you are fucked, basically. So we're not going to follow the fucking leprechauns because screw those guys.
A brown velvet curtain is draped over an archway in the eastern wall of the tunnel.
Where the fuck are we? Alright. Let's pull back the curtain.
You enter a cold room, divided by a deep chasm. A rope is stretched taut across the chasm to the far side,
Right.
where a magnificent winged helmet rests on top of a pole.
Oh, it does look nice. Walk the tight... I mean, we can walk tight ropes.
Testing every last drop of your skill, you step nervously onto the rope, not daring to look down. Halfway across, you start to panic and lose your footing. Walking on a rope like this requires skill. Well, test yours.
I think I'll be alright. I'll level with you, Eddie. I think I'll be okay. Yeah, fine.
As you fall, you manage to grab the rope with your hands. Slowly, you haul yourself over to the far side and scramble up onto the floor. You lift the helmet off the pole and put it on your head. It has been made by a highly skilled ironsmith and increases your skill by 1 point.
Great.
Not wanting to risk walking back across the tightrope, you decide to crawl along it. Safely back on firm ground, you step through the archway and head north, up the tunnel.
Okay, probably don't need the hat, but never mind.
The tunnel continues north a long way before turning...
Does it? Oh, yes. Oh, bloody hell. Fuck. The fuck? The fuck are we? What the fuck is this ball? Jesus, that's a big long tunnel.
Sharp right. Around the corner you come to a dead end. Only the mouth of a wooden chute in the wall offers any hope of further progress. You decide to take a chance and climb into the chute. You slide gently down and emerge into a room,
Whee!
landing on your back.
Oh.
As soon as you stand up, you are confronted by the most repulsive sight you have ever laid eyes on.
Oh, good.
There in front of you, wallowing in a circular pool of fetid slime, is a bulbous creature too horrible to be believed.
Oh, it's the blood beast.
Its body is green and covered all over with fearsome-looking spikes. Its face is a mass of crimson blisters, one of which suddenly bursts to reveal yet another of its many sinister, all-seeing eyes.
Ugh.
A narrow path runs around the edge of the pool and leads into another tunnel in the far wall. Remembering the description of the vile blood beast and the warning about the toxic gas rising from its pool, you cover your mouth with your sleeve and step forward with your sword drawn, wary of the blood beast's tongue. As you step around the side of the pool, it rolls forward and flicks out its tongue. But you are ready for it.
Yeah.
And cleave it with one swipe of your sword.
Suck a dick, blood beast.
The beast howls in pain and stretches forward, frantically, trying to clasp you between its blood-filled jaws. You start hacking at its hideous face in an attempt to pierce its real eyes.
Okay. I guess we'll just... Oh, God, he's pretty deadly, isn't he?
You swipe your sword, attacking the creature, but hit the edge of the pool with a clang.
Alright, well, we just got to keep going. Nothing else we can do. Just need to roll higher than him. That's not higher.
The creature reaches for you with its mouth from the pool. You step back to avoid it, but slip on its fetid slime.
Ew.
It sinks its teeth into your ankle, costing you precious stamina.
Oh, precious stamina. Oh, for fuck's sake.
The blood beast's tail whips around you. You duck, but not quickly enough, and it punctures your arm deeply.
God, this thing's a pain in the ass. Alright, finally.
The creature launches its head out of the pool in front of you and reaches for you with its mouth. You plunge your sword into one of its many eyes. It shrieks and backs away.
Alright, keep going.
Your blade strikes one of the blood beast's real eyes with devastating effect. It slumps back into its pool, thrashing about in a frenzy. You seize the opportunity and run around the side of the pool to the tunnel exit.
Easy.
The tunnel leads into a large room, its ceiling supported by several marble pillars. As you enter the room, you see a strange beast to your right. It has the body of a lion with dragon-like wings attached to it, but its head is like that of an old bearded man.
Looks like Groundskeeper Willie.
You recognize the beast. It is a manticore. Taking heed of the warning poem you took from the skeleton warrior, you watch out for its tail, which sprouts a profusion of sharp spikes at its tip, thick and hard as iron bolts. You raise your shield in front of you just in time to protect yourself from a volley of spikes released from the manticore's tail and aim straight at your heart.
Well, that would have stung.
They sink into your shield and you remain unharmed. Swiftly, you draw your sword and advance on the manticore.
Jeez, another toughie. Obviously, there's like lots of options to get more stamina.
You run to avoid the whipping tail, but stumble,
Ooh.
and a spike from it thuds agonizingly into your shoulder.
But if you start with low skill, it's gonna be really hard for you to win.
You seize an opportunity to attack the creature's back leg and manage to bury your sword deep into its thigh.
Okay, let's keep going. Probably should test my luck, because if that... Oh, that's
The
sad.
creature runs directly at you. You move too late, and the creature smashes you onto a wall,
Ow.
costing you valuable stamina.
I need that stamina. Stop fucking dick. Right, eat provisions.
You quickly eat some provisions, increasing your stamina by 4 points.
Yeah, gonna need that. It's fine. Right, keep going. That's more like
You
it.
lunge at the creature's stomach with your sword drawn. It tries to move, but you land a powerful blow.
Yeah. Right, let's test our luck. Bosh.
You try your luck, and your luck is in.
Oh, I love it when he does that. A little crinkle of the face. Bloody Eddie, what a guy. Ow.
You seize an opportunity to attack the creature's leg, but it's ready for you. And before you can strike, it rips your leg with its razor-sharp claws.
Oh, you bastard.
You run to avoid the whipping tail, but stumble. And with a speed you could never have imagined, it tries to sink its teeth into your leg, but you move just in time. Neither of you are harmed.
Oh, good. I mean, I preferred that he was harmed, but never mind. Good, that's what we wanted.
The giant creature whips its spiked tail at you, firing more spikes. You duck and roll, quickly slicing a chunk from its tail, passing close to you.
Okay, let's test our luck again, because I think the sooner this thing's dead, the better. Wow.
You try your luck, but no good this time.
No good this time. Oh. Fuck. That's the second time I've rolled double sixes for my luck. God damn it. Ow.
You run to avoid the whipping tail, but stumble, and a spike from it thuds agonizingly into your shoulder.
Combat is so RNG, isn't it? It's
You quickly eat some provisions, increasing your
a
stamina
pain in the
by
arse.
4 points.
Okay, that's
The creature
not great.
runs directly at you. You move too late, and the creature smashes you
God,
onto
it's
a
just
wall,
kicking my ass.
costing you valuable
I've only got a
stamina.
couple of hits on it. My dice are not lucky. Okay,
You
good.
seize an opportunity to attack the creature's back leg and manage to bury your sword deep into its thigh.
Let's test our luck. Nice.
You try your luck, and your luck is
Oh, yes. Love it.
As you are wiping the manticore's blood from your sword, you are surprised to see a small man jump out from behind one of the marble pillars.
Oh?
He is dressed in a tight-fitting green tunic and looks quite harmless, although you are wary of the way he is holding an opaque glass ball with a shimmering green light. "Greetings," he says cheerfully. "My name is Igbot, the gnome,
Igbot.
and I am the trial master for your final test.
Oh.
Needless to say, my magical powers are great,
Okay.
so you should not try to attack me.
Fair enough.
You may have learnt, during your quest, that gems play an essential part in the trial of champions.
I have heard that.
The iron door in front of you is the victory exit, but there is only one way of opening it.
Right.
3 gems have to be put into the lock mechanism
Okay.
in the correct order.
No problem.
Each gem radiates a unique energy, which will trigger the mechanism. If you do it correctly, that is. But first, we need the correct gems. First, you will need an emerald.
Right. I do have an emerald.
The gnome smiles and says, "You truly are a great adventurer.
Thanks.
Now, you will also need
I don't have a diamond.
a sapphire."
Oh, I don't have a sapphire.
The gnome shakes his head
Oh.
and says, "I'm afraid that you have failed the trial of champions.
Can I not pop back and...
Baron Circumvit's Deathtrap Dungeon will keep its secrets for another year,
Oh.
as you will not be allowed to leave here. You are appointed my servant for the rest of your days to prepare and modify the dungeon for future contestants. Perhaps, in another life, you will succeed."
Oh. Well, okay, so that is the end of the dungeon. However, we still need a... Well, we didn't have a sapphire or a diamond. So, I think what we're going to have to do is probably pop back to one of these save positions. So maybe like test out where we need to go. There's a path that will give us all of the gems we need. We just didn't take the right one. So we got the emerald. That was quite early on, wasn't it? That was here. But we didn't have a sapphire, and we know we need a diamond. So I don't know where. I feel like the diamond. I think I recall. Something in my head. I remember the diamond from somewhere, but I can't quite remember where I got it. Okay, well, next time we're going to try a different path and see if we can locate the gems that we need, but that's going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.